For me, I can apply the core values that we have in this pageant: the nobility, wisdom, courage, industrious, into our daily life, wherein we need wisdom to be able to make the wise decision. Industrious, wherein everyone will be able to help each other, not just for our family, but for each other and other women who need empowerment.
Thank you very much, candidate number 2, Maria Paz Managa. On to our next. Will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Maraming salamat po sa inyong katanungan. Ihahalimbawa ko po ang isang core value ng isang Batanggenyo, alae, sa isang mapagmahal. Dahil ang mapagmahal na Batanggenyo, nandoon ang pagiging matapang, maalalahanin, malasakit, at lahat marunong magpatawad. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat. Mapagmahal ang Batanggenyo.
Thank you very much, candidate number 1, Mia Rose Pereira. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
I think I possess the 5 values of Batangueña because I am a role model. I am an eye-opener to all moms out there. That is not the end of our career. Rather, it's just the beginning to achieve greater heights. So here I am, continuing to fight for my advocacy. So I think I deserve the crown. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 3, Bernadette Valenzuela. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Good evening, everyone. Ang pagiging maganda ay hindi lamang nagtatapos sa pagiging maganda, hindi lamang nagtatapos sa pagiging matalino. Dapat ang maganda at matalino dapat ay kayang harapin ang lahat ng problema at may konkretong adhikain para sa makatulong sa ating lipunan. Yun lang po, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 4, Ms. Matilda Smith Alta. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Thank you for that wonderful question. Gagamitin ko po ang core values ng Batangas sa pamamagitan po ng paggamit ng aking katalinuhan, dahil kapag ang tao ay matalino, alam niya kung ano ang tama at mali at mapapakita niya sa mga tao sa kanyang mga ginagawa na kapag ang tao ay matalino, maigagayad siya nito para gumawa ng mabuti sa kanyang kapwa at may papakita ko rin ang aking kagandahan sa pamamagitan ng pagsali sa mga patimpalak na kagaya nito. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, candidate number 6, Jayquin Vizquez. Alright, so just to share po sa ating mga panel of judges, ito po ang 5 core values ng probinsya ng Batangas. Kagitingan, kagandahan, kasipagan, katapangan, karinuan, nobility, beauty, industrious, bravery, and wisdom. Alright, so let's now move on to our next candidate, candidate number 7, Risha Victoria. core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Magagamit ko po ang core values ng mga Batanggenyo sa pagsali sa Mrs. Batangas Philippines sa pamamagitan po ng pagsasabuhay ng lahat ng mga ito tulad ng katalinuhan na dapat nating gamitin sa lahat ng bagay at sa tamang paraan. Kasipagan, dapat po tayo ay consistent sa ating mga ginagawa at ipagpatuloy natin ito hanggang sa dulo, walang susuko. Kagitingan, dapat may tapang tayo at lakas na loob na harapin lahat at ang ating gabay dapat ating itong ma-surpass. Dapat ay ating harapin ang lahat ng...
Thank you very much, candidate number 7, Risha Victor. Now let us call our candidate number 8 from Taysan, Batangas. Candidate number 8, Sherlyn Peradilla. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Thank you for that beautiful question. I can apply the 5 core values of being Batangenya because I am an advocate of humanitarian services. There are in the nobility, the bravery, the wisdom, the industry, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 8, Sherlyn Peradilla. Now let us call our candidate number 9 from Lipa City, Batangas, Maria Cristina Bumangla. Magandang gabi, candidate number 9.
Yes, good evening.
You only have 40 seconds to answer the question and 2 beses ko lamang po ulitin ang tanong. Here's the question. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? Again, how will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Thank you once again for that amazing question. Well, for me, it is very easy as a woman to apply those kind of core values. As what I said a while ago, I have my clients, my students as well, wherein I can use them to introduce. And of course, I can use this platform, for me to overcome and give them the chance to discover the importance of the core values, wherein because we need leaders who are maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and makabansa. Living an empowered and amazing dream, a teacher, a mother, a leader.
Thank you very much, candidate number 9, Maria Cristina Bumangla. Now let's call representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International.
Thank you for that question. Being a Mrs. Batangas 2024 or a Batangueña is being an empowered woman. And as an empowered woman, we should possess the core values to nobility, beauty, industry, bravery, and wisdom. By applying this, wisdom stands for as a foundation of resiliency, and wisdom also promotes courage to inform this bravery, By guiding ethical behavior, we should apply the nobility, and it can drive industry by informing strategic thinking, and it can help, being a Mrs. Batangas 2024, it can help in recognizing and valuing the inner beauty of our...
Thank you very much, candidate number 10, Lizel Rockefeller. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Thank you for that question. Siguro i-adapt ko yun to represent my own town. First, sa tourism, ipapasok ko dun yung kagandahan. Siyempre, I will represent my own city. Dapat ang kagandahan kita sa bayan. Kasipagan, nasa tao yan. Kung meron tayong pagtsatsaga, may maranating tayo. Nobility, trabaho, kailangan natin
Thank you very much, candidate number 11, Marisol Reyes Tan. Now let's call our candidate number 12 from Nasuku, Batangas. Here she is, our candidate number 12, Bernardita Batangas. Magandang gabi, Mami Chichi.
Yeah, good evening, buenas noches.
I will be repeating the question twice at meron lang po kayong 40 seconds to answer.
Yeah, please.
Alright? How will you apply the core values of Batangas? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it is through my advocacy, not only in my hometown, which is Nasuku, but for the whole province of Batangas as well, for the children. That's all.
Alright, thank you very much. Candidate number 12, Bernardita Kazunkan. Now let us call our candidate number 13, Catherine Mercado from Talisay, Batangas. Here's your question. How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International? How will you apply the core values of Batangas in representing your province to the national pageant of Mrs. Philippines International?
Thank you for that wonderful question. In my journey here in Mrs. Batangas, Philippines, I learned a lot of things, especially to have a long patience and understanding. I will promote my advocacy and I will inspire other women, especially mothers like me, because at the end of the day, it is woman empowering women. Once again, I'm Catherine Rafael Mercado, your advocate, and will always be an advocate for quality education.
Thank you very much.